I'm going to do a comparison video today on two snoots because we just finished recording the Spotlight module for Photo Booth Mastery's Hub. And if you're unsure what Hub is the membership for Photo Booth Mastery that teaches you everything you need to know from a technical standpoint about your photo booth. If it's DSLR, 360, Mosaic, Spotlight, you name it, we're adding new modules every single month. And we also include classes like pricing modules, lead generation, and monthly coaching calls. So I have two snoots here. This is a newer snoot. And then I have this random no-name brand on Amazon called Defesero, but there's also 5 or 6 different versions of this exact same snoot that you can find on Amazon with different names. So we're just gonna call it the cheaper one. Both of these snoots are optical snoots. Now, what an optical snoot does is that it takes the light from your strobe or your constant light and it just condenses it to make a spotlight. And you can do a lot of really cool stuff with this. Now, the Spotlight booth has been gaining a lot of popularity, and honestly, I think it's gonna be the next Glam booth. So I'm gonna go through what makes which one better and for what, so that you can decide which one you need for your photo booth business. Let me start here with the newer snoot. This thing is a beast. It is so well built. This snoot in particular is a 20-degree snoot, so it is a bit of a more condensed, smaller spotlight, which will show a photo of it somewhere here. It comes with a really nice bag, which is great because it has cut foam, so everything has its spot, and you have a place to put all of your gobos and your gels and all that kind of stuff as well. It's protected while in transportation, which I also really, really like. This one also comes with these barn doors, which means that you can control how much light you actually want going through. Now, keep in mind that these barn doors are actually going to change the circle because it will add lines as you're cutting it. It also has the ability to focus your spotlight so you can make it more of like a sharp edge, or if you want to blur out the edges, you can just by loosening this little bolt here and moving it up and down. It comes with gobos, and these are essentially filters for your light. So if you want to create some cool effects, like we did one here using this palm tree gobo, and what you do is you actually just put it inside this little envelope, and then there's a slot here at the top that you can insert it into. And so that's going to change the light so that when the light goes through it, it's actually going to take the shape of whatever gobo you put in here. Now you can take it either a step further or you can do something different and you can add gels. Now gels are going to change the color of your light. So you could do like a blue spotlight or a red spotlight by inserting the gel into the holder here. And then you put your gel on the front of your lens. Now the nice thing is that there's a little trap door here that opens up and then you can slide it in. You close the trap door, lock it in place, and now you have a red filter. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but that means that the light coming out of it, which is normally white, will be red. So you have a lot of really fun things that you can do with this light. My preference for DSLR is this one because it's just so sturdy, but I will say it is quite heavy. So if you have a booth like an Every booth or even a guac booth, it can take it. The guac is kind of like max at that point, because when you pair this with one of like your constant light, like this one on the Every booth, this is the Godox FV200. So it's a 2-in-1 light that you can get with it. This plus this is incredibly heavy. Like you could do your gym workout with this. So you want to make sure that your booth can support it, or you're going to use a C-stand and have it behind your booth. So this one has a Bowens mount, which is a universal mount for most lights. And just to show you what that means, let me get this out. The 3 little spots here, that's a Bowens mount. So this other one that we're going to be comparing to is a Bowens mount. So if you have the guac booth, it comes with a Godox that has a Bowens mount on it. And a lot of the other flashes that you usually find in the industry have the Bowens mount. So in terms of pricing, this one is a little bit more. So Canadian, this one is $459, and I'll put the American price down here once we can confirm that one. This one in particular also comes in a variety of sizes. So this one is the 20-degree lens, and I like this one because I find that it's the best size for DSLR, but you can also get it in 40, which would be a lot bigger. This is just built so well, like I mentioned before. I love the carrying case. And I love all the accessories that come with it. It's just a great addition to have. You can't really go wrong with this one. Now, the generic one is significantly cheaper. This one sells for $198 Canadian. We'll put the US price down there. Now, these prices are pre-tariff, so who knows? It's not as well built, I will say that. It's lighter for sure. So if you are using a booth that can't support a light that's this heavy, then this might be something you want to look at. It doesn't tell you the size of the light, but we're estimating that it's a 30 degree because it is larger than this one when compared side by side. So what's nice about this one is that you can be closer to the backdrop. So if you're using an iPad booth, I would actually recommend this one because you're going to have to put it on a stand anyways. So this one allows you to be a little bit closer, which means that you can actually have your subject and your booth and all that closer, and you don't have to have your booth super far away, which we know is not great with iPad booths. The closer the subject, the better the photo is going to look because you're not using a DSLR. So this one I would actually recommend for iPad. Now, the one biggest thing I hate about this is just how damn hot it gets. Like, it will burn your hand off. You have to turn it off and kind of let it cool down, or pack a towel or something so that you don't burn your hands when you're taking it off the light. It actually gets that hot, and it gets that hot within minutes of putting it on the light. So you have to be really, really careful. This one comes with the gels as well, but again, just lacks refinement. You have to put the gel in this little cap and stick it on there, but then you kind of have to just force it on. I'm also a little scared that it might just melt. It's plastic, but it hasn't yet. So it just kind of sits there, and it's not, I don't know, it's just not well built. It's half the price as the newer one, and you can tell, right? You can tell the difference in the price. So you do have the option of doing the gels, and this one comes with a magenta, green, blue, and orange, whereas the newer comes with yellow as well. And instead of magenta, it comes with red. This one also does come with a variety of gobos. Now, I will say that the gobos that they have are kind of cuter. Like, there's this heart one that they have that I kind of like. You can do something cute for, Valentine's Day or something, or maybe even a wedding. They have like this star one, whereas the newer one is more geometric style. So I will give it a +1 on the gobo creativity that it has. So with these ones, you can take out the gobo from the little book, which I'm going to struggle with here, and it just goes into this thing. It gets held on with a magnet, and then you can bring it down and it'll modify the light. This one also is a Bowens mount, so it is a universal mount and should fit the same light that this one does as well. But the other thing I will mention is with the focusing, you don't have as much precision with it either. You can still focus in and out with it, but again, it just lacks refinement. It also doesn't come with any type of carrying case, so you either have to keep the box, which you actually can't put the light in right away because it's so hot it'll actually melt the foam. So you have to figure out a way to transport this yourself. And it is incredibly delicate. We actually received this one broken, which funny enough, you can't see in the videos at all, but the lenses are cracked along the edges here. So overall, this one here is less expensive, has a bigger light, which means that you can do it from closer, and it is still lighter than any of the other snoots, like this one here in particular. So this one I would actually recommend for anyone who is only going to use their iPad booth, because you can stay closer and the circle is a little bit bigger because you don't have control of zooming in and out on an iPad booth. That's why this one is the one I would recommend, but please be so careful if you're using this one because it gets so hot. But for anyone who's using DSLR and also wants the ability to do with iPad, this one to me is just an all-around winner in every way. Its functionality, the build of it, it really is a professional piece of equipment. So if you have the extra money, I would recommend you get this one because it also comes with this really nice carrying case, which is going to make it a lot easier for you to transport and make sure that it stays safe. So if you guys are interested in learning how to do a spotlight booth, I'm going to put all the links below for the Photo Booth Mastery Hub course, as well as all of the links to purchase these ones. So as a wrap up again, DSLR, iPad, all around best purchase is going to be this one. If you're iPad only and you're limited on space, then I recommend the more generic one.